Welcome back to Shanghai. Let's take a look at our start list for this men's 3-metre springboard final. And Spain's Javier Lana just making it into 12th position for the final. Jack Law, though, dived himself very comfortably inside that top 12 and dived well. And good to see Brian Nixon looking back in some decent form for Malaysia. Castillo for Mexico, Rosé, he could do something, as well as Kuznetsov. And then into that top 4, the strongest European challenge from the Russian, Ilya Zakharov, who did look in very good shape. Julian Sanchez making it a very tidy double for Mexico into the final. But everybody chasing Qin Kai and He Chong if scores from the prelims and semis are anything to go by. So certainly a bronze medal on offer for the other nations. And at the moment, China taking every single gold available, and when you're allowed to dive 2 divers, every single silver available. So it really has been an utter clean sweep. Sanchez then, he hasn't quite dived to form, has he? He's come to this championship looking ripped and looking ready for action, but he's not dived as we know he can.
Yeah, got a bronze medal in the synchro competition. I think they were disappointed with that. They thought at least they could have got to silver, but now a chance in this final.
Twister to open then for Javier Lana Garcia. Look at the height on that dive, and that is a wonderful way to post your intentions on this final.
Yeah, reverse 1.5 somersaults with 3.5 twists, 3.4 degree of difficulty, just landing a little corner on the board there, but very, very high. Plenty of time to do the 3.5 twists, so should score well.
81.60. What a start for Javier Lana. But he is a quality competitor, and I think the judges really just waiting to see that kind of form. But that was an all-out attack. That was kill or cure from Javi. Jack Law, we said on the springboard competition that he did look a touch nervous, but Chris, you kept saying this guy's quality, you know, it will show through. And yes, he's young, but he's arrived.
Yeah, the quality of the junior divers in Britain is such that they're diving in the senior events. I mean, not just Jack, you've got Tom Daly. He's a junior still.
Yeah, we forget that.
The current world champion. He's yet to come, though, on Sunday. But Jack, great springboard diver in the world. He's the best junior in the world. Won the World Championships out in Arizona. And this is why. Good in with 2.5 somersaults. Just a little bit of a kick over with his feet there. His AD, his coach, was pleased with it.
Yeah, fantastic start. 72 marks from Jack Law. Good opener to this competition, and that really does set the tone. If the early divers in the first round are putting the dives down, it kind of picks the whole momentum up. Now, Brian Nixon, first saw this young man back in 2004 on Eurosport as a platform diver, but more powerful these days, and he's able to cope with the springboard now, and that was a sensational start.
Yeah, in the early days he just did platform because he couldn't push the board. Now he's got some strength. He really knows how to work the board. Triple somersault above the diving board, sees the water well in advance, grabs the hands, looks at the water, punches the water, and that little splash being kicked up there wasn't from the entry but the roll under. So everything above the board, and that's how you get your entry. Good dive.
What a great start. What a wake-up call for the judges. 74.40. Nobody able to match Javier Lana just yet. Yael Castillo. Fantastic medal in the synchronized competition, picking up the bronze for Mexico.
Another high jump. Look at that. Well, he started to creep over the end of the diving board, but somehow it just kept going up. It was so high that probably felt like a high board dive. He scored 80 points in the prelims. Well, great jump. There's the twist. There's the second twist. Then the lockout on the entry. So he's going to be in the 80s with that, I'm sure.
Oh, it's got to be.
Just floats around on the end. So much time. There you can see some divers have that arm at the back of their head. He's got both arms on the front. That's allowed. Just the head down a little bit in the twist. But it's a good position and a good square out.
86.70. Castillo leads. This has been a fabulous first round, and we're only 4 divers in. Well, that's put the pressure on, hasn't it? Mathieu Rosé, more than capable of getting up there into the 80s as well.
They have to be good, though. This is 3.0 degree of difficulty.
Yeah, this will be more like 70s for a successful dive for Rosset. Lovely stuff, lovely stuff.
Well, he got 9s in the prelims, and that was just about the same standard as well. Incredible jump in the air, good pike position. Arms move out to the side on the double somersault. So here he comes out, moves arms out to the side, looks at the water, re-grabs the hands, and a good entry. That's the slow turn before he gets into position. There's our arty shot again. Need a few of those through the final.
81, he did get into the 80s with that dive. What a cracking start, Chris.
Yeah, everyone looks really sharp. You think after 7 days of competition they'll all be looking tired, but they're getting better and better.
Evgeny Kuznetsov in with 3.5 for a rather pensive young Russian. He doesn't look happy about the way everyone's gone before him. Same dive we'll see from Prigorov and from his compatriot Zakharov. It's good stuff.
Yeah, another good dive. Wasn't as sharp on the entry as Castillo with his forward twister. But again, it's the jump. Gives him plenty of time, still going up. That's 2.5 somersaults at the peak of the dive. A triple somersault above the 3 metre. So there's the triple. Now there's the 3 metre. And then he lines up. Shame about the head going down. He's got his flat hand, but he's not quite getting the rip. The fingers have caught the water, you can see on the slow motion, but not the palms of the hands. So he didn't get the tearing sound, and a little bit of splash being caused by that. But still, a great dive.
81.60. Wow.
And that only puts him in second.
Yeah, that's incredible. Well, this is what we've been waiting for, a competition starting at this level, quality right through the field.
When scores like this, the score's going to be way over 500 for the winners.
Same dive for Alexei Prigorov of Ukraine. Again, marvellous height, and out of all the dives, that the least elegant on the finish.
Yeah, the jump I thought maybe was a little too close, but just from there you can see he's gone off to the side of the board. So there's a first summit, second summit, third summit, finishes above the board, but he's kicked out into a pike too early and just dropped slightly short of vertical, so it's a missed entry from a great start.
Way down on 68. That's the quality of this competition so far. 31-year-old Troy Dumais surely moving into the final phase of his career.
Yeah, great on springboard. Actually came second at the World Championships back in 2005. So very experienced.
Been around a while. Unfortunately, though, couldn't manage to throw his chamois off the board. So had to go and fetch that from the railings. Good smile about it, though. That might just have settled him down, actually.
3.5 somersaults.
Yes, it did.
Yeah. Well, he got 90 in the prelims on that. That was high enough, and the entry was good enough to push that score. So 3.5, good landing, very fast spin, triple above the board, arms out to the side on the triple somersault. So he pulls in tight here. Now the arms move out to the side, look at the water, grab, and line up.
His American teammates right on the case, making sure the judges know that was good. And 79.05. Well, amazing. The first round has been so good that that's looking like a so-so score.
We might even see a 90 score in the first round.
Fingers crossed, eh?
Probably from Zakharov. He's got the highest degree of difficulty at 3.4, coming after Sanchez. But this, Sanchez back 2.5 somersaults in the pike position.
Magic dive from Castillo to open 86.70. Can Sanchez follow? Yeah, it's good.
Oh, he just floated around on that, spun very fast, kicks out, and just has so much time to reach back. There's a whippy double somersault, floats around on it, has a second to grab his hand. That's actually a long time to dive in. Floats around, good reach back, and a good entry.
Yep, 72 marks. This is turning into a very good final already. Ilya Zakharov then at 3.4, highest tariff, along with Javi Ilana, the Spaniard who dived at first in this, for 81.6. I mean, that was what opened the competition. Let's see what Zakharov has got here.
And that's what he scored in the prelim on that, 81.6. If he goes 8.5s, he could go into the lead.
Oh, fantastic stuff from Zakharov.
We finished quite low on the entry, but just disappears through the water. 3.4. We're going to see a big score here. Should be in the 80s. I don't think it'll go into the 90s. But look at that. Punches the water. Good tuck position. Spinning very fast. Knees slightly apart just to increase the rotation. And it just stops completely dead on the end.
86.70. Manages to equal the score of Castillo. Brilliant work. So there is some pressure for the Chinese divers. I'd like to say that would make them falter, but we know from past experience what that means. It does tend to just switch them right on. And Chin Kai will look to just put down a decent solid dive to start with. He Chong as well, and then I think they'll start ramping it up.
Yeah, well, the most scores he can get on this is 90, because it's a 3.0. Back 2.5.
Lovely. Lovely.
Oh, well, that's going to push it. That was a brilliant jump. Nothing wrong with the pike. And I think the entry was perfect. Very high. Floats around.
Over to you, judges.
Look at that. Knees locked out in the pike. High. Great save under the water too. And there we see the little waves of the flags.
Yeah, knowledgeable crowd. They know they're diving. Oh, 81. 9's 9.5. I thought we might have snuck a few more out of that, but that's still a great start, and it's still a great start to this competition, and it's just what we want. You know, to have China walk away with all the medals without a challenge is not what we're looking for at this level. And He Chong with his forward 3.5. The two Chinese boys know that they've got their work cut out today if they're going to claim gold and silver again.
Yeah, so the Olympic champion, he went 5.72 to win the Olympics. That's one of his easiest dives, 3.5 pike.
Back from the board, but still got it round beautifully, and another phenomenal entry.
Oh, they're just so strong, so fast. The technique is perfect. So combining the strength with the timing on the diving board and that technique. Well, the only problem there, head up a little bit on the pike. But apart from that, it's a fantastic 3.5 somersaults.
For 88.35 and top spot for He Chong. And when you consider that's one of his easier tariff dives, well, it's time to be worried if you're the rest of the competitors. Brilliant start to this. Yael Castillo and Ilya Zakharov on second place behind He Chong. And then look at that, a lot of competitors very closely bunched together, and Chin Kai right outside the top 5 at the moment.